Hey, welcome to another edition of the Small Money Big Dreams vlog. I'm your host Morvin Spanam, and today's topic is investment for retirees or soon to be retirees. Now, I know a lot of people feel once they're close to retirement that the time for them to have invested money has passed them and that they should just continue to hold on to safe and secure securities and let their money run out as they live their retirement life. And although I do agree that investment in safe securities is the way to go as a soon to be retired or a retired person, I still do believe that you need to partake in the investment game. And I'm going to discuss several things to consider as a soon to be retiree or retiree as far as investing. One thing I would like to say is you must continue to keep an exposure to stocks. Now, I know a lot of 401k and retirement funds usually invest in mutual funds or index funds or S&P funds, such as the Vanguard funds or the S&P index fund. And I do agree that having stock exposure through that venue is a positive thing to have, but I feel you must, as a retiree, also have exposure to stocks outside of these instruments. Investing in value and growth stocks in your portfolio is something I feel is essential to continue the growth of your investments, the growth of your money. Now, having exposure to stocks is something that you must continue to partake in if you want to sustain your investment funds, investment value, as well as allow it to continue to grow, even if retirement's within 5 to 10 years or retirement's now. You should have stock exposure. And when I say stock exposure, I recommend large, big cap stocks only because the smaller cap stocks, mid to smaller cap stocks have more risk, and you're at the point in time where you want to have your exposure in stocks in the mega or big cap stocks, because over the next 5 to 10 years, these stocks are the most likely to retain its value, retain its worth, and to grow a little. So big mega cap stocks, 10 billion, 100 billion value stocks is a great way to continue to have stock exposure with less risk than with the mid cap, small cap stocks. Another thing is continue to diversify your portfolio. Don't let all your eggs be in one basket, one form of investments only. You want to have diversity even if you're close to retirement, because diversity always represents the hedging of risk as well as the opportunity for growth. So have your stock exposure, have your bond exposure. Now, investing in bonds is a great way to have investment exposure as well as to minimize risk. I say usually for young investors, I recommend having bonds, that have, mid to long maturities as just a basic component in your portfolio. But for close to retirees, I recommend investing in bonds with short maturity lives. That way you can continue to partake in purchasing new bonds every year. You know how people flip houses? I recommend that you flip bonds. Invest in bonds that have 3 months, 6 months, a year maturation date. That way, gain your interest, take your bond, go and invest it again. Hopefully in the next year it has higher interest rates. And even if they don't have higher interest rates, you still continue to renew, shop around, and add different outlooks of your bond investments. Another thing to look into also is annuities. Annuities is a great way to plan income disbursements during your retirement age. Now, you can either pay into an annuity where you pay until a certain date, and then after that certain date you start receiving income disbursements, Or when you reach your retirement age, you can purchase an annuity that has a set contract to give you income until a certain date. Either way you look at it, either form of annuity is a great thing to invest in as a soon-to-be retiree or retiree, because it allows you to have a steady income while you're living off of also your 401k and other investment accounts, where you're just, taking out or withdrawing from those accounts, and as those accounts get depleted, you have the stream of income coming in from the annuities that helps you balance out a healthy retirement lifestyle. So those are the different exposures and positions I recommend people take as they are retirees or close to retirees. This is Morvis Bonham signing off on the Small Money Big Dreams vlog. Hopefully I helped you out with some information or exposure to a different way of thinking. See you guys on the top.